Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Tuesday, December 5th, 2023. I, of course, am with Originator Success here with your daily rate lock conversation in a place on the web where you guys get to be a part of the conversation. Appreciate you joining me. Remember, you can join me live each and every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're watching on the replay, do me a favor. Give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know you're here. Don't forget to smash that like button, tag an LO friend. Check us out at ratelockadvice.com where we send you an email to your inbox each and every day. Rate text alerts, you guys know how it goes, all that good stuff. Last but not least, check us out at originatorssuccess.com. Find out more about how we get your loves from Google and social media. A quick hot take. I have had a bunch of people that are unavailable for the Originator Success Planning Workshop, the Success Planning Workshop that I'm doing tomorrow, December 6th. So I am this close to, I think I'm going to do a second one. I've never done that before. I usually only do one and that's it. I'm thinking I may do two this year. So I've had a lot of people that told me that they'd want to come to the other one. The cool thing is if you did sign up for the one for tomorrow, you can also attend the one at the end of the month and vice versa. So I think I'm going to send that out in the next day or two. I think that's going to be a big deal. So anyway, good morning. Ron, I like to go by Hammer Claus. That's what I've decided I identify as. Not Santa Hammer. I go Hammer Claus. That's right. Kyle Mazikas, good morning. Mike Morana, Tim Klyla, Bobby Searson, Mallory Fodiatas, of course, Mr. Ron C. Good to see all of you this morning. Let's dive in and talk about what we got going on this morning. Mortgage-backed securities up about 11 basis points to start the day, but it's still early. It is 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Why do I bring that to your attention? Well, because at 10 a.m., we're going to get the ISM data and the JOLTS data. Those 2 points are likely to cause a little bit of whipsaw in mortgage-backed securities this morning. See things either improve or get a little bit worse. My opinion, I think we're going to see them improve a little bit. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Once we have that happen, though, once we do get this stuff out here early this morning, I don't think there's much that we have to really worry about at that point. I think we will go ahead and see the day kind of level out. It's what we saw yesterday. Quick recap on what happened yesterday. And here, let me just pull this up so you guys can see it a little smoother. Here you go. Actually, Ron says, Hammer, get your head out of the way because then you guys could see it better. So let me do this for you. All right. So looking here, you could see, I don't know if that makes it any clearer, but we'll try. Right. So looking here, if we take a look at the mortgage-backed securities, it was a really quiet day yesterday. Lost ground from Friday's gains. We had this bit of a dip here. And then things were very quiet on the day, picking up this morning. Good morning, Tom Deadmore. Mike Morana said, you mean fake JOLTS? Mike, it's all fake, dude. John Warner, good morning. Ken Rivard, great to see all of you. So anyways, looking at what we got going on here, I think we're going to go ahead. Whatever we see happen this morning, we'll see those gains either hold or not hold. But that's going to happen right around when lenders are setting pricing, right around 10 a.m. Eastern time. So that means that if these gains hold, we'll see slightly better rate sheets than yesterday. If not so much, right? I mean, not really that much either way. However, looking at this 10-year treasury yield, 4.22 at the moment. Think about how much lower that is. We had crested to 5.0 about 6 weeks ago. Now down to 4.21. However, there's some concerns going on here, right? So there are some concerns. El Irian says Fed risks losing control of messaging on U.S. rates. The Fed Reserve is losing control of its messaging on interest rates, but financial markets are wrong to expect imminent cuts. Allianz chief economic advisor Mohammed El Arian said. El Arian, a Bloomberg opinion columnist, said the Fed may well tolerate higher inflation instead of pushing the economy into a recession to hit its 2% target. But he also said investors are overreacting by pricing in sharp rate cuts. Market prices have swung wildly in recent days as traders bet on a drop in borrowing costs amid signals that inflation is falling and comments from Fed Chair Jerome Powell that the actions taken so far have pushed policy well into restrictive territory. He's not the only one that feels that way. There are others that have that same concern. Did markets go too far, too fast? Is the debate to dominate December? December's whipsaw opening shows investors may be concerned. November's epic rallies went too far. Now, this is more in stocks than it is in bonds, but we do see a similar behavior in bonds. All right. Wall Street kicked off this week with losses for stocks and bonds and a sign that traders' aggressive pricing for early rapid Federal Reserve rate cuts in 2024 may have overshot. My gut says the market has baked in slightly more than enough cuts for the strength of economic data for the U.S. right now, says Amy G. Patrick, head of income strategies at Pendle Group in Sydney. The reversal underscores the risks that investors face as they double down on bets showing slowing growth and inflation will force the Fed to execute a policy pivot. Now, that's what they say, but you know what? Take a look here. Again, nobody expecting a Fed rate hike anymore, right? 0% chance of expectation. January, everyone expects that things will stay the same, but look at this. There's a little bit of a leakage that we think there could be a Fed rate cut as soon as January, the end of January. Not likely yet. However, look at March. March now, this is over 50% probability that we'll see a rate cut in March. Only about 4 months away because you got all of December, right? Here you got all of December, January, February, and this is at the end of March, basically March 20th, right? So this is what markets are currently pricing in when just a few weeks ago they were pricing in June. Now, if we get, let's say this JOLTS data today shows there's a lot of job openings. What does that mean? It means that if there's very few job openings, do we want a lot of job openings or few job openings? Let's think about this, right? If there's a lot of job openings, well, then people could jump around and get new jobs. But if there's fewer openings, well, then there's less of an opportunity for them to go around, right, and get new jobs. People can't job jump as much. So you're looking for less openings. Basically, we've got JOLTS today. We're going to have ADP tomorrow. That one's not really going to have a big effect. Of course, Thursday, we get unemployment claims, which we get every single week. And it has a little bit of it's definitely on the radar. But of course, Friday is the big day with non-farm payroll data, wages, and unemployment. So that sets everything up for next week. If we get another week with inflation coming down, remember nobody expects the inflation to drop to 2%. They want to, as long as it's staying and improving a little bit at a time, that's going to be enough. And then the Fed meeting, of course, next week with Powell's press conference, and there's a really good shot that rates could improve. So again, I see on Facebook, I see a lot of people that are locking loans right now. And again, if you don't have the risk tolerance, then I get it. However, wouldn't be in a hurry to lock right now. I think you're doing a disservice to the consumer. We have not seen an environment where we've seen rates really move significantly up for more than, they've bump up for a day or two and then fall back down again in the last month. Going all the way back a month ago, we were at 7.48, 46, 41, 55. Oh, look, hammer, look, rates went up right here. But then what happens a couple days later? 56, 58, boom, 40. 45, 36, 37, 38, 33, 32, 32, 30, 13, 15, 09, 11. Why are we worried about locking? Do you think that we're in an environment where rates are going to jump up, where pricing is going to come in significantly worse? It could happen, but I doubt it. Until we see a much stronger reaction, some of these just kind of some early red flag warning articles here, not enough for me to get worried about yet. Markets are more likely to believe that the Fed is going to cut rates in March. And as this number grows right now, but you got about 10% here, 55% here. So we're at about 65% believe, you're less than 40% here that believe that the Fed is going to keep rates where they're at as we head into March. There's a lot of data between now and then. Rates are likely to fall. And if you got loans closing in 30 plus days, rates are likely to be lower. Loans closing in 15 to 30 days, rates likely to be lower. Rates closing in the next 15 days, yes, rates likely to be lower. That's what we're at right now. So I would be floating. And, again, it's nice to be able to be in a float stance. I know we're shell shocked. I know we're concerned, but this could be a significant move. We could see an eighth or a quarter point in rate over the next week. Today's Tuesday. So let's call it 8 days is when we could see it. So the only loans that should be thinking about locking are loans closing in the next 15 days, loans that are that close to the finish line. Loans that have time, don't lock, y'all. Don't be locking, not right now. So that's my advice. And these are my reasons why I would be looking to that, why I would be holding to that. So Tom said, L. Arian is a smart dude. I enjoy listening to him when he's on CNBC. More often than not, he's correct in his predictions. Yeah, but again, I don't know how much this article that he goes into here, he's talking about how the Fed messaging, now what happened to European Central Bank, right? Look at European Central Bank. Let me make this larger so I can see the articles a little. Oops. All right, come on. There we go. Okay. I want this one. Look at this. ECB hawk Schnabel takes rate hike off the table. Now I can put this back on here so you guys can see it. Hold on a second. This is more of the stuff that we're seeing. Let me get rid of this. Okay. European Central Bank could take further interest rate hikes off the table, given a remarkable fall in inflation, and policymakers should not guide for rates to remain steady. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. Through mid-2024, said blah, blah, blah. Dovish comments from a hawkish guy, basically. This is overseas, the European Central Bank, not our Fed, but it's the same thing happening. It's, this is what we need to be paying attention to. We're a global economy. Inflation dropping other places, recessionary conditions hitting. The reason we're not seeing those heavy recessionary things here is because people are spending money they don't have. It's credit. Credit is what is driving our economy and keeping our economy as strong as it is now. That's not going to change immediately, but look at how Wells Fargo stopped doing HELOCs. Anyone else see that? Wells Fargo stopped doing HELOCs. A couple of other lenders. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys know who else has stopped doing HELOCs, right? So there's some signs out there. And if the economy does slow down, if we do see things get worse, well, what's that going to do for rates? It's going to make them better. It's how it works. I know it's messed up, but that's how it works. So anyway, with all that in mind, that's where I'm at today. That'd be my advice. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Join me. Let me see. I got a couple things going on if you're interested. Of course, we've got the success planning session. What do you guys think? Do you think I should hold the one tomorrow and hold one the last week of the year? I always love doing it the last week of the year. I just think it's a great, and that would give people a chance to attend both sessions if they wanted. What do you guys think? Should I do one session or two? Let me know in the comments, please. Your input's important to me. There's 26 of you on, so let me know. And the other thing is, later on today, this is a no charge thing. If you guys want to attend at 2 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be sending out an email. Keep an eye out for it. It is a 2020 Vision for Success coaching webinar that I'll be doing, winners that sell. And I think I'm going to be going over how to lock up your shoppers here, and specifically what I call the upfront contracts. So I'll be going over that stuff. Rob said later. Veronica says 2. I appreciate you. At least a couple of you. Thank you guys for contributing. Come on, the rest of you, get on there. You sit and listen to me. Just type it in. It doesn't take you 1, 2, shut up, Hammer. Type anything on the comments. They help. So your feedback helps. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to wrap it up. Mallory said, I always think giving a couple options best when presenting to such a large audience. I agree. Bobby says 2. I think I'm going to do 2 this year. I really, really want people to get focused for 2024. I think I got to admit, I have a lot more hope for 2024 than I did, not just because rates are coming down. I just think the momentum is going to build. I think we're finally getting out of the worst of this for the mortgage industry. And I think 2024 is going to be a tough year, but a good year for a lot of people. Does that make sense? Tim, I will see you on tomorrow's. And I appreciate you, my friend. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.